Hey guys, this is Michael Sparks. The reason why I'm making this video is because like all day people have been messaging me and calling me and asking me what happened in Nevada. I think a lot of people get it. I don't think some people get it. So hey, in comments, you feel free to correct me on anything I'm wrong about. This is my first time being a delegate. I'm going through the delegate process in Indiana right now. So I'm learning a lot as we go. So basically what happened was they had a delegate convention in Nevada last evening, and the idea was to pick delegates and see how many are going to represent the state of Nevada for both Hillary and Bernie Sanders in the sorry, I've got like cars and people walking and saying hi to me and stuff out here, so sorry if I'm a little distracted. In the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia on July 25th, which we are going to rock that convention hardcore. So, but before we get up there, we have to have people be selected at different levels, and that's a very complicated process that I'm personally just learning about. Delegate assignments last night, and so they're supposed to decide who wins the convention, and I guess based upon that is how many people are going to be, how many people for each side are going to be allowed in. So Hillary's sister-in-law, Barbara Boxer, was there. She was the lady who was screaming and telling us all that Hillary is for the people and she's going to beat Trump, and we need to stop booing because we booed ourselves right out of the election. Okay, so translated, that means sit down and shut up and let us rig this election. So what happened was they had a vote. It was very clear. There were approximately 3,500 Bernie Sanders delegates there. Had Clinton out, like, she had look. There's footage. If you go to my wall at facebook.com/lovebreaksthemachine, that's my Facebook address, you can scroll down and you can see all the videos. Sanders delegates had Clinton. I mean, it was not, as we've seen over and over again, it's not even close. There's a lot more Bernie Sanders supporters everywhere than there are Hillary Clinton supporters. I'm standing in my neighborhood right now, and I mean, like, look, I mean, I don't know if you can see all that, but it's just like everywhere I look, there's nothing but Bernie signs everywhere. Where are these Hillary Clinton supporters? Well, anyway, they weren't in Nevada last night, and but yet they wanted to win. So they did a count, and mysteriously, as happens over and over again, it seems, Hillary has more people she's won. So the people start demanding a recount. This is where things get, kind of crazy. So, and again, my first time going through the delegate process. So, correct me if I make any mistakes because I'm learning as I go. But so they counted it up in favor of Hillary Clinton, which was clearly it was rigged. It was clearly rigged. There was the Sanders people outnumbered them like what? Probably 5-1, 4-1, judging by just looking at the footage. The Sanders people went nuts. They start demanding a recount. The Clinton, what do they call him? The chair, who is a big supporter of Hillary Clinton, then told them, made up rules on the spot, made up rules that said you have to get this many signatures to be able to do a recount. According to my understanding, that is completely inaccurate, that you are allowed to demand a recount. From everything I've read, everything I've tried to understand, but they tried to throw a block down and say, no, you need to get the petition. It was clearly just a stall tactic. It was clearly designed to be able to end the session and rule in favor of Hillary Clinton. And why would they do that? Because they are scared that Bernie Sanders, that we are going to go to the convention in Philadelphia and we are going to defeat Hillary Clinton and get the Democratic nomination. So don't expect this to end here. They're going to try to rig lots of places. They don't want us to notice it. I mean, seriously, who pays attention to the Nevada Democratic Convention, right? Exciting stuff. Well, it was exciting. It's exciting because people get up and people are caring now about their democracy. But, you know, they just think that no one's going to pay attention. I wouldn't be surprised going forward if they start saying you can't bring your cell phones in, which if they do that, we will fight that, because that is like literally all we have to prove. We've had voter suppression, massive voter suppression in Arizona, massive voter from the DNC, massive voter suppression in New York, again from the DNC, and counts coming up wrong in Illinois, Massachusetts. That's a whole ridiculous thing on its own. Massachusetts exit polls had Bernie winning by 17%. Hillary somehow won the state by 2%. Missouri has some counts that are off. Colorado had some counts that were off. Illinois, as I said, counts that were off. All across the country, we find counts that are off. And who does it favor every time? Hillary Clinton and the DNC. They are corrupt and they must go. So anyway, back to the point. What happened? So what happens when I drink 6 cups of coffee? So they said recount. The Bernie people clearly had the Hillary people outnumbered by an outrageous number. So they demanded a recount. They didn't want to give them the recount. They just want to rule it in favor of Hillary. So they said you have to have a petition with like thousands of signatures. The heroic, girl, I forget her name, the delegate, went running around, got a lot of help. They quickly gathered the signatures. She runs up to the front. She says, "We have our signatures." They were 20 feet away behind a protective metal gate that they had erected to protect the millionaire Hillary people from the Bernie delegates. I guess they know they should be afraid. And by the way, you should be afraid if you're going to keep this kind of stuff up. We saw it last night. These people, you are making a peaceful revolution impossible, and I think you know where that leads. So I know you're really wealthy. I know you have private jets. I know you have homes in other countries. You're gonna have to go to those homes in those other countries if you keep pulling this shit that you're pulling right now, because the American people will not tolerate it. Every single Hillary Clinton supporting friend I know said they will not vote for her in the general election after they saw the videos I posted last night. There are a lot of Hillary people out there that are going to just vote for her because of her gender, and they're ignorant, and they're going to vote for her. They don't care if she's a fascist. They don't care that she's the worst thing that could ever happen to this country. They're going to vote for her because she's female, and that's the way they're ignorant. But guess what? There are millions of people who voted for her in the primaries that will not vote for her if we expose her for what she is. They are good people. They do not follow politics. They are misinformed. They just believe what CNN tells them. It is our job to straighten that out. Anyway, so when the girl comes up with the petitions, they had met the ridiculous requirement for the recount. They said, "We cannot hear you." They ignored them. She got a bullhorn, was standing with the bullhorn from here to that Bernie sign. There is no doubt that they heard her. They pretended that they did not hear her. And then, what's her first name? Gustav Lang is her middle and last name. Goes up and says, we're going to adjourn. Motion, all those in favor, all those opposed, boom, boom, it's done. And she just adjourned it. She pretended like she was taking a vote. She refused to do the recount. They ruled in favor of Hillary and they left. And that, my friends, is called rigging a Democratic convention. We will not put up with it. Any questions that you have, go to my Facebook, facebook.com/lovebreaksthemachine. It should all be covered there. There are a lot more knowledgeable people more knowledgeable than myself that can answer your questions there. Hey, stand up and fight. We're going to win this thing. I love you guys.